All right. So as you can see on your screens, situation, a reinforced concrete beams 300 millimeters wide has an effective depth of 500 millimeters and is reinforced for tension only. Given the following material properties, for steel FY, we have 345 megapascals. For concrete FC prime, we have 21 megapascals. So for number one, NACP states that the tension steel must have a minimum strain of 0.004. Calculate the maximum steel ratio. No? So dito, dalawang way para ma-solve itong problem na to. Una, kapag kabisado mo naman na yung formula ng maximum steel ratio, then you can just apply direct substitution. However, if not, then all you have to do is to remember na ito yung nakastate sa NSTP. Ang minimum strain daw is 0.004. And actually, derivable galing dyan sa statement na yan, yung formula ng maximum steel ratio. Okay? So, to calculate the maximum steel ratio, first, kailangan mo nating iintindihin ano bang ibig sabihin kapag maximum ang steel ratio. So, una, let's have a beam. Kunwari, ito yung beam natin. And then, kunwari, ito yung tension steel. Okay? So, alam dapat natin na from the strain diagram, okay, so from the strain diagram, kunwari ito yung zero strain. Ayan. Okay? So, well, first, we need to know nasaan ba location ng depth of neutral axis. So, di ba by definition, ang depth ng neutral axis, we designate that as C. Kunyari ito yung neutral axis. Ayan. So, ito kunwari yung C. Okay? So, by default, ang magiging strain ng concrete ay 0.003. Automatic yan. And then of course, yung strain diagram natin should be linear. So ibig sabihin kapag nandito yung neutral axis natin, ganito yung magiging itsura ng strain diagram. Ito yung magiging strain ng steel. So pansinin ninyo na kapag sobrang babaw nung C natin, ang magiging strain ng concrete ay masyadong malaki. Ayun, ang laki oh. Okay? So, ibig sabihin na kapag mababaw yung neutral axis, lumalaki yung strain ng steel. So, isipin natin na ang strain at ang stress ay proportional. So, ibig sabihin, habang malaki yung stress, malaki din yung strain. So, ang gusto kasi sa atin sa design ay dapat daw yung bakal natin is under-enforced, di ba? Lagay ko dito sa gilid, no? Desirable design. Or ideal na lang para okay? So, ang ideal design natin is dapat under-reinforce. Ano ibig sabihin ng under-reinforce? Ibig sabihin, konti yung bakal, no? Mas konti yung bakal. Fewer AS. Okay? Kapag fewer yung AS, kapag mas konti yung bakal nito, ibig sabihin, mas mataas yung chances na mag-yield yung bakal, no? Okay, so yun yung gusto natin mangyari. So gusto natin under-enforce siya. Ibig sabihin, hindi masyadong madami yung bakal dito. Ayan, fewer yung AS. So para kapag fewer yung AS, ang ibig sabihin nun is, ibig sabihin yung bakal natin ay mag-yield. Kasi konti lang sila eh. So ibig sabihin, mabilis silang may stress. Okay? Bakit ayaw natin nung sobra yung bakal? Mas maraming bakal. Ba't ayaw natin na mas maraming bakal? So yung tinatawag natin na over-enforce. So, ang idea lang kasi kapag masyadong maraming bakal, the fact that concrete is brittle, no? In nature, so ibig sabihin malutong siya, hindi siya ductile. That's the main reason why we need to add tension steel or steel reinforcement para yung original na pagiging brittle or malutong ng concrete ay maging ductile or parang maging flexible siya, parang gano'n, no? In layman's term. Para maging flexible siya, para maging kaya niya mag-deform without breaking, no? So, ang problema lang kasi kapag sinobrahan naman natin yung bakal, babalik daw siya sa pagiging brittle kapag sobra-sobra na yung bakal natin. Dahil ang mangyayari na doon is yung concrete natin is mauuna ng magka-crush. Okay, mauna nang masisira before yung bakal kasi sobrang dami ng bakal mo. So in the end, hindi pa rin siya ideal na design. Kaya ang idea lang natin is yung sakto lang, kumbaga, yung sakto lang na dami ng bakal. So ano bang itsura ng under-enforced na bakal? So ang itsura ng under-enforced is hindi masyadong malalim itong neutral axis. Kumbaga, hindi masyadong malalim. Kasi pag masyadong malalim yung neutral axis, isipin nyo na nandito yung neutral axis. So ito ngayon yung strain diagram natin. Ayan. So mapapansin nyo dito, ang liit masyado ng strain ng steel. Pero pag yung neutral axis lang medyo nasa taas, ito kunwari neutral axis natin, ito yung magiging strain ng steel, malaki. Which is, yun nga yung required by the code. Kailangan daw, meron tayong minimum, no? Minimum na strain na dapat 0.004. So, ibig sabihin, yung minimum na strain will produce the maximum possible uh, area of the steel. Okay? Yung minimum strain should correlate to the maximum possible area of steel. Alright? So, para ma-achieve natin yon, edi isagad natin, so tawagin natin tong C maximum. Sorry. Okay? So, pag sinagad natin yan, isasagad din natin ito na 0.004. Okay? So, and then of course, this is our effective depth, ano? Ayan. Okay, that is our effective depth. Okay? So, actually, by definition, this should be the if the depth here should be the depth of the bottommost steel, no? That is the effective depth of the extreme steel kapag strain diagram yung pinag-uusapan. Okay? Kung multiple layers. Pero syempre, kung isang layer lang naman yung bakal natin, edi yun na rin yung effective depth natin. No? But anyway, by ratio and proportion, we can notice that we have this triangle. So actually, we can create this triangle. No, ito. Okay, and we can relate that triangle to this. Ayan. Okay? So for this one, this will become 0.004 plus 0.003. So magiging 0.007. Okay, so mangyayari ngayon, for the yellow triangle, we have C maximum divided by 0.003 is equal to effective depth over 0.007. Ilalabas dyan, yung maximum depth of neutral axis according to NSCP should be 3 over 7 of the effective depth. Okay? So this is based on a maximum strain or minimum strain of 0.004. Okay? Now, we must also note that the depth of the compression block is yung equivalent rectangular compression block is somewhere above the neutral axis. Ito yun. Okay? So yan naman yung A natin. Okay? So yung A na yan, since na minaximize nga natin yung depth of compression block, yan na rin yung depth ng maximum compression block. No? At ang relationship lang kasi nung C at saka A is that yung A natin ay equal sa beta 1 times C. So therefore, yung A max natin is 3 over 7 beta 1 T. Okay? Now, gusto ko malaman ano yung maximum steel ratio. Yun kasi yung tanong steel ratio, di ba? Steel ratio. So yun, pag sinabi natin steel ratio, that is the ratio of the area ng steel divided by BD. So para mapalabas yan, ipapasok natin yung concept naman ng forces. So if we would go back here, Okay, so this is actually, so ito naman ay stress diagram. Okay, so actually dito meron tayong compression. Okay, yan yung compression ng concrete. At ang ang equivalent stress ng concrete ay 0.85 of the FC prime. Tapos dito naman mangyayari yung stress ng steel. Yan, okay? And ideally, because gusto nating mag-yield yung steel kapag nagde-design tayo, this would be Fy, no? Okay, so pero originally ano yan, Fs. Ibig sabihin yung stress ng steel. Pero again, it could either be Fy kapag nagde-design. Okay, matik yan na Fy kapag nagde-design, no? And then kapag ka nag-investigate, could be either Fs or Fy kapag investigation. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, meron dito equivalent force C, tas meron dito equivalent force, tawagin nating T. And dapat, yung dalawang forces na yan ay equal. Kaya masasabi natin na kapag nag-summation of forces tayo, equal to 0, so lalabas lang C equals to T. Now, what is C? So, C is yung stress na to multiply this area. So, ano tong area na to? So, di ba yan yung A? Tapos, kunwari, ito yung B. Okay, so yung area na yan ay AB or 0.85 FC prime AB. No, parang lumalabas lang yan guys. Stress multiplied by area equals force. Okay? And then equals T. So ano yung T? So yung T naman, yung stress naman dito, multiplied by this area, which is area lang ng mga steel. So therefore, this is going to be ASFS. Okay? So kapag nagde-design, again, automatic, we want this to be FY. Pangalawa, dahil ang hinahanap natin dito ay maximum steel ratio. So ibig sabihin, yung maximum steel ratio natin ay merong strain na 0.004. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin ganito. Note, when the strain in the tension steel is 0.004, mas malaki na yan sa tinatawag natin na yield strain. Ano yung yield strain ng bakal? Eh di ano lang, kasi di ba ang stress, ang modulus of elasticity ay stress over strain. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, yung strain ay stress of the steel over modulus of elasticity of the steel. Okay? Na kung saan, kung yield nga yan, edi ito dapat ay yield stress. Okay? So sa problem na to, ang yield stress natin ay 345. Divided by ang modulus of elasticity ng steel ay 200,000. Pag kinompute natin yan, we have 345 over 200,000. That would give us 0.001725. So what does this tell us? This is telling us that the strain, when the strain in the steel is 0.004, it is already beyond the yield strength. Therefore, Fs is already greater than Fy. So therefore, the steel already yields. Steel yields at maximum steel ratio. Okay? So therefore, automatic, ito, papalitan na natin ng Fy. Okay? So, ipasok lang natin yan dito. So, 0.85 FC prime. Dahil nasa maximum tayo na stage, gagawin ko tong A max, B is equal to AS Fy. Now, para lumabas yung steel ratio na AS over BD, ang gagawin ko lang is mag-multiply ako ng, or magdi-divide ako ng BD on both sides of the equation. Para lumitaw dito yung steel ratio. Di ba yun yung steel ratio, no? So, simplify lang natin. Magka-cancel ito. Okay? And then, magiging ganito. 0.85 FC prime A max over D equals rho, dahil max na yan, so max na to, no? Fy. Ayan. Okay? Now, lumilitaw that rho max, kapag sinolve natin, will become like this. So, 0.85 Fc prime over Fy, okay, times A max over D. Ni-rearrange ko lang. Okay? So, babalikan ko lang. Ano nga ulit yung A max? Ang A max ay ito, 3 over 7 beta 1D. So, pwede natin i-substitute. So, pag sinubstitute natin yung dito, nga pala, no? To be more specific, again, ito ay DT. Effective depth ng extreme tension steel layer. Okay, so palitan natin to ng 3 over 7. Okay, 3 over 7 beta 1 3 over 7 beta 1 dt over d. Okay? Now, rearranging the parameters, so lalabas ngayon that rho max is equal to 3 over 7 times 0.85 Fc prime beta 1 over Fy times dt over d. So, yan ngayon yung maximum steel ratio. Okay? And for single layer, lalabas lang na yung extreme effective depth ay equal lang din sa overall effective depth. So therefore, magka-cancel lang yon. So yung rho max lang natin ay magiging 3 over 7, 0.85 Fc prime beta 1 over Fy. Okay? So itong mga rho max na to is based on minimum strain of 0.004. Okay? And yun yung sabi sa problem. No? And by default talaga, kasi yun yung nakastate sa NSCP, ito talaga dapat yung maximum steel ratio natin. Okay? Or ito. And with that, let's calculate number 1. So given naman lahat, so i-substitute lang natin. So for number 1, our maximum steel ratio would be 3 over 7, 0.85. Fc prime for this problem is 21. 21. And yung beta 1 natin is also 0.85 over Fy 345. And then, that's it. No? Kasi wala naman tayong wala naman tayong multiple layers. So, single layer lang siya. So, magka-cancel lang ito. Magka-cancel lang ito. Okay? And also note that for beta 1 is equal to 0.85 kapag yung Fc prime natin ay less than or equal to 28 megapascals. Okay, and that is also equal to 0.85 minus 0.05 over 7 Fc prime minus 28 kapag yung Fc prime natin ay greater than 28 megapascals. So sa case na to, kaya siya 0.85 kasi Fc prime natin is just 21. Okay? So therefore, our maximum steel ratio is okay, so 0.01885. Okay? And that would be our answer. Okay, that is letter C. Next, for number 2, calculate the maximum steel area required. So for number 2, continuation ng number 1. So since rho is equal to AS over BD, so therefore, AS is equal to rho BD. And because maximum yung hinahanap, dapat maximum din yung steel ratio na gagamitin, which is ito na yun. Okay? So therefore, if you would calculate that, 0.01885 times B, yung B natin ay 300, yung effective depth 500. Okay, so our maximum steel area is around 2827.17 millimeters squared. Okay, and that would be our answer for number 2. For number 3, calculate the maximum design capacity. So maximum, ibig sabihin, pinama-maximize din yung area ng bakal. So for number 3, we need VMN. Okay? So yung MN is the nominal bending moment strength. And what is that? So basically, kung babalik tayo sa force and stress diagram, basically yung moment lang na ipoproduce either ni compression or ni tension kasi coupled to eh, di ba? So pwede na pag nag-moment ka dito, ito yung ikot, no? So C times this distance. Kapag dito ka naman nag-moment, that's T times this distance. So yung distance na to, kapag rectangular beam, is palaging D minus A over 2. So, bakit D minus A over 2? Kasi mula sa taas hanggang sa baba is yung effective depth. Tapos mula sa taas hanggang dito, that is half nito. So, half ng A. So, that's why minus A over 2. So, therefore, yung nominal moment capacity natin is pwede na C times D minus A over 2. Pwede rin na T times D minus A over 2. Okay, so kung C ang gagamitin, edi 0.85 FC prime AB, yung C. So, D minus A over 2. Kung T ang gagamitin, AS, FS, times D minus A over 2. Okay? So, dito, syempre, I think, mas convenient kung gagamitin na lang natin itong AS kasi meron na tayo nito eh. Diba? Kaya maganda na lang dito itong pangalawa gamitin natin. So, that is AS max. Again, kung maximum na yung steel ratio, nag-yield na yung bakal, as explained earlier, times D minus A over 2. Yung A na to, max din, kasi naka-maximum steel ratio tayo eh. Okay? So, kumputin ko lang dito sa gilid ko ano yung A max ha. That is 3 over 7 beta 1 D. No? So, kumputin ko lang diretso ha. So, 3 over 7, ang beta 1 ay 0.85. Yung D na given, 500. So, that gives us this 188.571. Okay? So, substitute lang natin lahat. 2827.17 FY effective depth minus A over 2. Okay, so the answer here will be in Newton mm. So para maging kilonewton meter, i-divide mo lang ng 1 million. So 395.72 kilonewton meter. Okay? So ito na-compute natin na to, this is just our nominal moment capacity. Okay, nominal pa lang yan. So ang pinapahanap kasi sa problem, design or ultimate capacity. So ibig sabihin, multiply pa natin ng reduction factor. Okay, so here we have to be careful. Kasi ang reduction factor natin according to NSCP 2015 is nagva-vary, no? Kapag daw tension controlled yung design natin. Okay, so that means yung tensile stress ng steel ay lagpas or equal sa 0.005. yung reduction factor natin will be 0.9. Kapag naman compression control, yung strain natin ng steel, that is, tinatawag natin yan na compression control, kapag yung strain ng steel ay mas mababa sa yield strain, which is yung explain ko kanina na Fy over Es. Kapag mas mababa siya dyan, ibig sabihin, compression controlled siya. So, ang fee natin ay 0.65. Ngayon, kung mapapansin natin, meron ditong in-between. So, yung in-between na yon, that is when the yield strain which is equal to Fy over Es is mas malaki um, yung actual strain natin, no, is mas maliit pala rather. Mas maliit, I mean mas malaki dun sa yield strain pero mas maliit. Okay, mas maliit sa 0.005. Ito yung tinatawag natin na transition zone. Okay? Ang fee natin dyan will also be less than 0.9 but greater than 0.65. Okay? So, paano natin malalaman? So, mag-interpolate tayo kapag nandito tayo. Okay? Now, here's the catch. Di ba, yung strain natin kapag maximum condition is 0.004. Okay? And yung 0.004, okay, yung 0.004 is mas mababa sa 0.005. Okay? Pero mas malaki siya sa yung yield strain na kanina kinompute natin yon na ito 0.001725. Okay? Kaya ibig sabihin itong case na to at maximum steel ratio is actually transition. So hindi siya phi equals 0.9, na? So iso-solve pa natin yung phi. Okay? Kasi transition zone. So how do we solve for phi? So pwede tayong mag-interpolate. So pwede natin gawin na ganito. So ito na ilagay yung yields, yung strain. So ito na ilagay yung phi. So di ba kapag ang strain natin is yung yield strain na 0.001725, ang phi natin dyan 0.65 kasi yan yung compression control. Pero kapag naman yung strain natin ay 0.005, yan naman yung tension control. So, ang phi natin is 0.9. So, yung hinahanap natin is something in between. Okay? And with that, we can utilize our calculator. So, you can just go to mode stat, tapos linear, and then i-type lang natin sa table itong mga to. So, sa X, lagay natin 0.001725. Tapos, sa susunod ay 0.005. And then, para sa Y, we have 0.65 and then 0.9. So, yung Y yung fee natin. And then, just press CA or AC. And then, we will apply regression. So, press ups or options, no? Kung nakakanan kayo. Um, okay, so regression. And then, again, ang hinahanap natin is yung Y, no? Which is nandun yung fee. And then ilagay mo lang sa harap yung equivalent strain na hinahanap mo, which is yung 0.004. Okay? And that gives us 0.2366. Okay? So, ganyan, no? Okay? So, yun yung issue dito sa part ng pag-compute ng maximum still ratio for NECP 2015. Kaya yung iba, ang ginagawa, kasi total, ang ideal na design, no? Ang ideal na design ay under-reinforced and at the same time, tension controlled. And at the same time, tension controlled. Ang ginagawa ng iba is hindi na sinusunod yung sinabi ni NSCP na ang minimum strain ay 0.004. Ang ginagawa ng iba ay tinataasan yung minimum. Which is okay lang naman, safe pa rin naman yun. Kasi ito nga yung minimum. So, tinaasan. Ang ginawa nila, sinakto na lang nila na 0.005. Sinakto na lang nila na 0.005 para sakto rin na tension controlled siya at yung fee mo automatic 0.9 na. Kaya yung ibang formula ng Romax is ito magiging 3/8. Yun lang naman yung pinagkaiba. Ito ay 3/8. Okay? At 3/8 yan kapag ang design mo is naka-base sa uh, tension-controlled condition. Kapag gusto mo tension-controlled condition na kagad, 3/8 ito, tapos yung fee mo, 0.9 na kagad. Okay? Pero sa problem kasi na to, sa context ng problem, wala namang sinabing ganon. So actually, in-specify pa nga talaga yung sinabi sa NSCP. Kaya ang susundin natin is ano talaga nakalagay sa NSCP. Okay? But anyway, since that is our fee, so all we have to do is to multiply that to get our design capacity. And that gives us, multiply lang natin sa, ano nga yung nominal natin? 395.72. So, 325.94. Okay? And that's how we solve this problem. So, the answer here would be, we can approximate to be letter C na lang, no? Kasi yun yung nearest. Okay? Kasi yung choices dyan is nag-ground off eh. Yung akin kasi hindi ako nag-ground off. Okay? Tama ba? Double check ko lang 395. Tama naman. 395.70. Okay? So that's how we solve this problem.